You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. The Music N Mavens Daytime Concert Series is underway at the Rady JCC. To hear a little bit more about the series thus far, as well as preview a bit of what's to come, I'm joined by producer Carla Burbrayer. Welcome back to Classic 107, Carla.
Great to be here, Simon.
And it's great to have you. Well, it's not quite a full return to normal. It certainly is more music than Mavens this year at the Rady JCC, but it is a return. Thus far, how does it feel to be back presenting daytime concerts once again?
It's amazing. It's to have human beings, real bodies sitting in the theater. It's just, there's nothing better than that, Simon. I did virtual for 2 years really, and to walk into an empty house versus to walk into a house that has people in it, it's just a world of difference for me, for the performers, for the audience. It's just so much fun.
What have you been hearing from the audience so far?
Gratitude. They're just so grateful that they can come back into the theater, hear terrific live music by outstanding local Manitoba musicians, and they're just happy to be able to have this put on their schedule once again.
Certainly. I think we've all been missing it tremendously. So happy that it is back is, I think, even an understatement. Typically we would have mavens, experts, lecturers with midday presentations alternating with the music. This year, really doubling up on the live music, perhaps making up for the difficulty of years past with all the pandemic business. Is that right?
Well, we actually had planned to do it the way we have done in the past, with a concert alternating with a speaker from the beginning of the season till the end of the season. But with the advent of Omicron, we had to make a quick decision as to how we were going to keep Music N Mavens alive. And so I took all of these speakers that were in the speaker component of Music N Mavens and put them up front and did them virtually. And then, thank goodness, as things became a little bit easier for the public to attend performances, we are now able to launch the live component of the concert series. So I've really divided it in half. There's the virtual speaker series followed by a live concert series.
Yeah, rather than Music N Mavens, it's become Mavens then Music. If I don't know if you're looking for a rebrand.
Correct. And the speaker component of Music N Mavens is all on the Rady JCC YouTube channel at www.radyjcc.com. So we are keeping up the virtual component of the speakers until the end of the Music N Mavens series, which is the end of March.
So let's get chatting about the music again. I know that there's been an excitement for the performers too. We've been hearing about it in interviews here on Winnipeg's Classic 107. The Summit Duo starting things off February 22nd. Then last week, the Casati Trio. We've got the full list up at classic107.com, a wide-ranging, eclectic group of performers. Who are you most looking forward to in the coming weeks?
Oh, it's hard for me to play favorites, Simon, because I select everybody. I think everybody's excellent. And, it really is a hard selection process because there are so many wonderful local Manitoba musicians, and I love to showcase as many of them as I can. So, I'm not play favorites, but I am going to tell you about the variety, and I think that might help a bit. Today we have the Clara String Trio, which is a fabulous purely classical show. And for those that love classics, you won't be disappointed because it's violin, viola, cello. It's purely classical. And then we jump all over the place. I have the Monica Wall Ensemble, which is in the middle of March, and she's doing a celebration of Nina Simone. I had Monica and Jonathan Alexiak do a virtual concert last year as part of Music N Mavens. And it was so great that I said, okay, let's do a full band concert and enhance and make it more grandiose and call it in celebration of Nina Simone and do it for a live audience. So she's performing that with a wonderful band in the middle of March. I've got the Dirty Catfish Brass Band later in March, and the group Indian City. Unfortunately, their band leader, Vince Fontaine, passed away very suddenly recently. And when I talked to the band members, I said, how do we move forward? And they said, we move forward. So Indian City will be performing as part of Music and Mavens, and they've put together a marvelous show. And I think this probably maybe their first performance without Vince. So I'm really emotionally attached to that group, and hopeful for a good turnout, and celebration of their great work.
Certainly a huge loss for the music community and beyond, but comforted in a way to hear that the music is going to continue and the band is going to continue, and continue as part of the Music and Mavens daytime concert series. Like you say, there's just so much variety in this music. Everything from solo players, Samantha Ballard, who's been on Classic 107 before. She and her harp will be there, and like you say, the Dirty Catfish Brass Band. They always bring the energy. They're just a ton of fun. So as we were kind of just talking about these concerts taking place in person at the Rady JCC, available to both members of the Rady JCC and non-members too, right?
Correct. As a matter of fact, I have to say, Simon, that most of the patrons that attend Music and Mavens are non-members of the Rady JCC. They love Music and Mavens. They come into the Rady JCC to attend Music and Mavens, and then if they like, they can get more of an exposure to other events going on at the Rady JCC. But mostly we have a wide demographic of people that live across the city and will come to the Rady JCC specifically for the purpose of attending a Music and Mavens event.
And for those who might have a tough time getting there, I also noticed that even transportation is available should someone require it, right?
That is correct. If there is a difficulty, we ask that people will call the Rady JCC and ask for some support in transportation, and we do have the ability to give that support to those people who need it.
Well, Carla, I'm so happy that the Music and Mavens is back. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today at Classic 107. A little check in as well, things just getting really rolling down at the Rady JCC with Music and Mavens.
Yes, we're just so thrilled to be back on our feet with live audiences. And I have to say that even though we're not offering coffee and tea and cookies as we used to post performance, and we hope to be able to do that again, the performers do come and answer questions afterwards if people would like. And there's still the same great atmosphere of a laid back, casual afternoon event that we have maintained in the past.
And I do want to say, there's something magical about an afternoon performance. It still leaves you your evening. It feels like this wonderful treat midway through the day. So thanks again, Carla, for doing what you do.
Okay, thank you very much, Simon.